Good afternoon. My name is David Schnare. I'm co-founder of Kinetisense. I'm responsible for customer support and business operations, and I share responsibility for product development with my partner, Dr. Ryan Camo and Vangos Paternis. Thank you for having me here today to show you about Kinetisense and our 3D range of motion software. Just last month, I was at a client care meeting for my mother at her care home. One of the major topics that came up was of recent 2 falls that she had. It's a big problem in our seniors community, the risk of fall. And she doesn't have any underlying conditions, but she lost her balance. And that was a big concern for me as a family member. And it's one of the major things that causes elderly's deaths, actually. And here in Canada, it's one of the major reasons for hospitalization of elderly patients. Just yesterday, my wife told me about a family friend of ours who was an elderly person who fell and broke her wrist, hip, and leg just yesterday. So the prognosis for her doesn't look very good right now. But there is good news. We do have ways to monitor, look after elderly people, assess them. And posture, sway, and balance is a recorded way to do that. And Kinetisense provides a solution that measures posture, balance, and sway in an easy application. As you can see here, this is an assessment that's being done in our clinic and with my mother-in-law, actually, and one of our workers. So it's very important that you can understand that we measure the posture, the balance, and sway of a 20-second test, and it's based on the best test. One of the things that we would do with this money, right now our solution is a Windows-based solution, and it needs a $1,500 computer. So we want to take this and reduce it down into using an iOS and an Android application. So we would take some of the money from this competition and move it towards that. We want to be able to use this a smaller camera. That's a $280 camera. This will help us get the product out into the care home communities, out into different practitioner communities, physiotherapy communities, and allow us to get our product broadly out into the thing. It reduces the cost. That's our next play with our technology. Thank you for your time, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions.
How does this compare to existing assessments right now by, let's call them specialist clinic, movement clinic, neurologist, geriatric services?
Yeah, thank you for your question. The question was, how does it compare to other solutions on the field? Currently, the best test is done visually. So we took this test and we objectively made it a test. As you could see, the lines were on the hands and that. So we took a visual subjective test, the best test, that is the gold standard today, and we automated it, I guess, with 3D technology using the Microsoft Kinect camera. So yeah, that's how it compares. Right now it's done visually.
Would that technology be usable with other population?
Other populations, yes. Part of our company is we do balance, range of motion, posture, and functional movement. This is one component that we're trying to work towards, but yes, we do use broader applications in our company for chiropractic, physiotherapy, the fitness industry, and such.
So you score a patient and you create a risk factor associated with a specific patient.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a benchmark risk factor to compare that patient to, of how they should be performing for
Yeah.
a 7-year-old male with 2 falls, for
Yeah.
instance?
Part of our data collection is to get a large data set to be able to find normative data from it. That's our goal long term. Right now, what we do is when a patient comes in, we do a baseline test of them. And then from there, we compare if they put a balanced training plan in place, or they maybe change medications of an elderly person, which can impact balance. We do then tests periodically to see if the balance is changing over time. So that's our plan right now. We have baseline testing, and then we do testing as we go to see how a patient's balance is impacted. Yes.
Is there a home market for this, for home monitoring?
Yes, there could be. We've focused on practitioners based right now, so there are some risks around having these devices in home situations. Just with FDA and Canadian healthcare, right now we leave the diagnoses up to the practitioners to have the final say. They take the data that we provide them, and you see it's very visual, and then they put the plans in place, and then they remeasure. That's our goal right now. There is applications though in the home market.
Thank you very much.